Hi Libra, how are we today? Just doing your weekly reading. This week we are just looking at important messages for you, but I will be looking heavily at career and finance as well. I do also have some love oracles, so we can have a look at romantic love for you. But you know, obviously coming off after Valentine's Day, I hope everyone had a good Valentine's Day, or even if you had a great day all by yourself like I did. You know, sometimes it's really good to have a Valentine's Day and just celebrate that for yourself. So I hope everyone really enjoyed that. We are running that competition at the moment, so make sure you do leave a comment on one of my videos if you want to go in the running for that free personal reading as well. This week I am using it's the Oracle of Shadows and Light by Lucy Cavendish. Our main Lenormand deck, I do have the Blackbird Lenormand, and also, like I said, those Lovers Oracle cards, those beautiful heart-shaped cards. So getting into it for you, Libra. Libra, important messages for Libra. I will also be doing a all signs reading for the Chinese New Year, so keep an eye out for that one as well. We do have out trick or treating. That one says we're here. So something is arriving for you, Libra. And here's a bit of another clue. I am Kali, that beautiful blue, I'm just going to say she's a goddess, but Kali, I believe that is a goddess anyway, but from death comes rebirth. So this is what is here for you. I feel like that's that rebirth, something that may have ended for you in the recent past here. You know, it has actually given all this energy back into you, and we are going to have some sort of a new beginning. So it'll be very interesting to see if we can sort of delve into what that is actually about for you there, Libra. Out trick or treating, and I am Kali. What's the goss for Libra? What's going on for Libra here? Firstly, we have the letter. So we're definitely seeing something being communicated to you here, Libra. I do feel as though this is talking straight about, you know, this is what is arriving for you, this news of this new beginning for you. So we do see that coming in the form of some sort of communication. The letter is all about, you know, it can be paperwork arriving in the mail. It can also be, you know, text messages, emails, talking to somebody in person, all those sorts of things online. You know, but it's going to be in regard to this anchor energy. So we do see that this, you know, and I do have the clouds here as well. So this is something that has been, you know, leaving you feeling like it's weighing down on you. Something has been weighing down on you, but that I feel like that's what's ended, is that weight is sort of being lifted here. You know, it has been sort of heavy on your thoughts. You may have overthought this quite drastically in the recent past here with that clouds energy. It does talk about overthinking, you know, something heavy on your thoughts, weighing down your thoughts there. But with that anchor, it's probably something to do with, you know, your sense of security and stability, the dependable energy, that reliable, dependable kind of energy with that anchor. So it's really talking about, you know, I feel for a lot of you, this is something that it's got to do with your security in this life. So we're going to be delving into career and finances, but I do feel straight away that for a lot of you, this is directly relating to your career or your finances, that I am feeling that you know, financial stability and also, you know, that's the stableness of your thoughts as well. So, you know, not allowing your thoughts to take over, not allowing that overthinking to take over here, and not allowing yourself to sort of dwell in your thoughts too much. I feel as though you're sort of stabilizing that energy out a little bit. But I'm just going to clarify and see if we can get a little bit more detail about what that is about exactly. Clarify this anchoring clouds for Libra. Focusing on the rebirth energy, what is this in regard to for Libra? So we have the Tower coming through here. So once again, we're seeing a very stable sort of energy with that Tower. It's kind of like the fortress of you. You can be talking about solitude, all those sorts of energies as well. But I feel like for a lot of you, this is a foundation of something. Setting strong foundations and building your towers strong and tall, standing like this tall, firm tower for yourself here. One more to clarify that energy for Libra. Yeah, I am seeing the whip, but the hidden energy on the bottom of the deck, I do have the fish. So for a lot of you, this definitely is something to do with your financial situation. So with the tower and the whip, clarifying that, it's kind of like, that does talk about inner conflict, I feel here, or conflict drama around you, but that feels like that's what's been weighing you down, this conflict, potentially conflict with your financial situation as well. But with that anchor, calming that down and that tower, rebuilding some sort of strong foundation here. It feels as though, any conflict that you've been through has sort of ended. Those conflicting thoughts, the confusing energy of overthinking, all this stuff going on for you here, it has rebuilt your foundations in a much stronger way. It's kind of that energy of, I do quite often get this with the anchor as well. It's that energy of, you know, when you've been through a lot of storm energy in the past there, you are then more able and durable to get through the next storm. So it's kind of that energy of, you're building your foundations nice and strong so that, any potential future conflict that comes up for you, that you can get through that. You've got this anchor, you've got this tower stabilizing you there, so that that all you need to do is just drop your anchor and you can survive those rough seas when they do come. So it does feel like that. There may be, I'm getting with the whip and the clouds there is a bit of a heavy kind of energy with the way that you have been thinking about things. Probably overthinking things to the point of getting very anxious and stressed out, which has then, sort of clouded your judgment about these sorts of things a little bit here and made you sort of kind of unaware that you're actually creating more stability for yourself in the long run. So I do feel that for a lot of you, this is something that, the actual trouble has ended for you here, but it's helping you, learn, and the growth that's coming through from that, in the future is going to be very beneficial for you. You're stabilizing yourself in the long run here. It may have been some sort of turbulent seas for you in the last, I'm feeling like within the last 6 months here, there may have been a bit of turbulence, a bit of overthinking affecting you there, Libra. But with that letter there, you're definitely going to be getting some sort of communication about this new beginning very, very soon. So it'll be interesting to see, the specifics of that. It's going to be slightly different for everyone because it's more so to do with the way that you're thinking about things and overthinking about things. In this spread here, it's sort of more talking about that side of things, and that's what's affecting you personally, rather than the actual thing. So, but you are getting some sort of communication coming through. I feel like that's specifically in regard to, this energy is ending and we're seeing a new beginning coming through for you here, Libra. But we'll look more at career and finances, because I do feel as though this is linked for a lot of you. So we should be able to get a bit more detail out of the career and finances cards as well. What's going on for Libra with career? Career for Libra. And finances for Libra. Libra and finances, please. Clarify why we're seeing that for Libra in their financials. Okay, yeah. So it definitely is sort of playing out with your career and financial aspects here, I feel. We do have, for your career, we have the stars and then the coffin. Okay, so that coffin is very, very similar energy to that I am Kali. Okay, so it's really talking about endings bringing new beginnings. So and the stars is your wishes, your desires here. So the ending of one desire, closing the lid on one desire, is actually starting these new beginnings with new desires and new wishes coming true for you. So I feel as though for a lot of you within your career, there may have been something that you feel as though it was a bit of a missed opportunity, or you missed out on something. But it's kind of, I'm really strongly getting this energy of things happening for a reason here, even though they feel to you, they're feeling tumultuous, and you know that stars in that clouds energy, that whip energy, where it's feeling like there's tension and trouble. Um, but in the long run, it's actually for your highest good. I'm getting that same energy coming through here, that, you know, whatever has ended, you had your hopes pinned on something here, and that has now ended. That cycle has ended. That opportunity was missed. It didn't fulfill. This dream wasn't achieved. But it's kind of like, in the long run, it's for the best, because you kind of realize down the track that if that had have actually happened, you wouldn't be where you are now, like, or where you will be. Because I feel like where you're heading to is somewhere totally different, where it's kind of like you're going to be realizing that, wow, like, this is actually what I'm really wishing for. I didn't realize that this was the true dream. Um, it's such a weird energy. It's definitely like pinning your hopes on something that wasn't actually in your highest good. So, your dreams and your desires were telling you that you wanted this and that within your career. But in reality, you were wanting this and that, and it's kind of that, be careful what you wish for, because sometimes when you get what you wish for, it plays out totally different to how you thought it was going to be. And that's kind of what's happened here. It's like, you thought you wanted XYZ over here, but the way this new thing plays out, it actually gives you XYZ, like the benefits of XYZ, but in a totally different way that is actually like amazingly elevated to what XYZ was. So it's kind of like you're getting, I'm just trying to think of an example here. It's like if you were wishing for a red balloon. Okay, and if you're wishing and wishing that I want this red balloon, I want a red balloon, and you miss out on the red balloon. There's no, when you get to the balloon seller, there's no more red balloons, and you're kind of like, oh, I really had my heart set on a red balloon. I'll try again another day, and you give up on that red balloon, and you forget all about that red balloon, and then a month later you're walking down the street and someone actually runs up to you and says, here, I want you to have these, and hands you, 10 red balloons. And these red balloons are like love heart shaped balloons. So they're like, they're like a better version of the same thing. And you're getting like a better quantity, and you're not having to pay for these ones. They're free. You're not having to wait in line for an hour to lined up for these balloons, where you're going to have to pay like $5 a balloon. You're getting a whole bunch of them for free, and they're actually better than the original balloon that you originally wanted. But it's kind of like, well, if you had have got that original red balloon, you maybe never have had this opportunity to get these 10 beautiful love heart red balloons. Okay, so I know that's a bit of a random example, but it's the only way I can kind of think of to express what's going on here, because it's something, it's slightly different to what you're thinking. It's different to what you're thinking is going to play out for you here, but it actually turns out to be like a million times better. And when it actually happens, you're like, this is actually so much more amazing. I'm so glad that that first thing didn't happen, because then I wouldn't have never gotten this opportunity. So that's kind of what's going on here with your careers. So if you do have, if you have had a bit of a setback, or you've missed some sort of opportunity within your workplace, just keep that in mind, that that opportunity closing is actually opening you up to other opportunities that are actually going to work out so much better for you in the long run. All right. And same with your finances. Okay. We're getting the same energy here with your finances. So I am feeling that for a lot of you, this career opportunity that you're feeling like you maybe missed out on, or that it never came to fruition. It maybe was linked with a financial thing, like you were going to get a raise or a better pay rate, with that, and that's why you were, you had your hopes pinned on that, because we do see here, we have you and hurt, which is traditionally the cross energy. So that does talk about this sense of destiny, that without having your heart broken, without losing out, you can never it's once again that same energy of, you can never learn from that break, you can never learn from that hurt, if you don't go through it, and sometimes you've got to go through it, to get to the thing that you really want, because the card that has clarified that is the heart. Okay, so we see here the full heart, no breaks, no tears. It's kind of like having this break enables you to glue that heart back, and it's 10 times stronger than it ever was before. So realizing that if you are going through some sort of financial hurt, currently, that in the long run, once again, this is actually for your self betterment. And if you're trying to just put your loving energy into that, even though it's hard, and you're feeling I'm feeling that for a lot of you, this is a time period where you are hurting financially. You're feeling like, oh, I wish, I wish I had more money. I wish I could do more with my money. But once again, in the long run, as long as you're, making the most out of the situation as is, and hoping for the best in the future, it's actually going to come back even stronger and more full. Like, it's going to fill your cup even more than what it could have right now. So it's kind of that energy of needing to get through some of the harder energy in order to get to the better ultimate energy. So it's a very interesting message we've got for you here today, Libra. It is talking, and I don't normally associate this tower with the tower in tarot. They are a little bit different there. Lenormand and tarot are obviously not the same, and but I am really picking up on the tower energy from the tarot today as well, like that energy of, because the tower in tarot is all about, sometimes that tower needs to fall, it needs to smash to be able to be rebuilt, and then when it's rebuilt, you've learnt your lessons from how it was built the first time. So oh, maybe I need to put a stronger foundation into my tower, and so when I rebuild this, that it's going to be so much stronger. I can build it taller, and it's a much stronger thing. It's going to last a lot longer in my life than what it would have initially, because a storm came through and bang, there goes that tower. But this time, that the next storm that comes through, your tower ain't gonna fall. All right, so sometimes we need to go through those tower moments in order to learn how to avoid them in the future. And I feel like that's kind of what's going on for you here, Libra, as hard as it may be. Okay, because I don't like seeing that hurt energy, especially with your finances. It does scream that you may be going through a bit of a rougher trot at the moment, Libra. And I really, it's important to, come at everything with love for yourself at the moment. That, I love that I'm getting the opportunity to learn these lessons, even though it's the hard way, it's the hurtful way, it's the, it sucks. But, next time I'm going to make sure I do this and this and this to protect my interests before it gets to this point. And it's all a learning process here, I feel. It's kind of, I know it's hard. It's not easy, Libra, but things will get better here. There's definitely, we've got that stars card coming out here as connected to that rebirth. So, when we're that, from death comes rebirth. You're going to be reborn in a totally, more elevated position than what you ever could have been with how things were before this ending. Okay, so I know it's hard. I know it, all that. So, but we'll have a look at romantic love for you. Romantic love for Libra. What does Libra need to know in regard to romantic love? Libra. Yeah. Okay. So Libra, the first card is connected to that whole reading. We do have the time card. You are trying too hard. Give it time. And straight away, seeing that clouds in your energy earlier, straight away, I do want to say you are thinking too hard. You're trying to come up with solutions for everything. Like you're overthinking. You're thinking too hard. Just give it time, and everything will work out exactly how it's supposed to. Like I said, that hurt energy, it does look a bit daunting. It's intimidating to see hurt, but that is the cross energy. So, those burdens will eventually be lifted. And the cross actually does have this really strong element too of, having faith. You have all the love within you to have faith for yourself that this will all work out how it needs to for you. Okay, there is a strong destiny with the hurt card there. So just give it time. We're seeing that time energy. But then when it comes to actual romantic love for you, Libra, sacred union. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. Okay, so whether you're in an actual connection or not, there is this really sacred element going on for you with the relationships that you're involving yourself with love. Even if that's just love for yourself, treasure that relationship, for it is sacred. Okay, Libra. So that's what we have for you. Sorry that was a little bit of a harder one to hear today, Libra, but you're more than welcome to check your other placements. Leave me a comment below so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And hopefully I'll see you all again soon.